The cold spell continues with extreme cold for tonight. We'll look at the temperatures and wind chills in your forecast.
And as the Gulf Coast braces for another frigid night, crews from Baldwin County are on their way to the Magnolia State to assist in recovery efforts after the weekend's brutal winter storm.
The temperature is not likely to get above freezing. It's more likely that things are going to get worse before they get better.
And in Minnesota, tension continues climbing after a deadly ice shooting that left one ICU nurse dead. Now the state of Minnesota taking the federal government to court. We've got the very latest coming up.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
Hello, hope you're staying warm on this Monday. It's a new week and it's very cold out there. I'm Shelby Myers. Thank you for joining us for Fox 10 News at 4. And what else other than your weather? It's first. Today is a storm tracker alert day, a hard freeze, likely with low wind chills. I mean, take a look at this. This is an MDOT camera, so this is in Mississippi. And look at that ice and snow on the road there. We want to get the latest on the forecast from Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith. You got some Mississippi background, Ole Miss grad. Those are areas that don't always see this, but it is just wild over there. And if you've seen any of the ice on the trees and the trees snapping and things like that, it is just a crazy situation over there.
Yeah, this is an ice storm that rivals the 1994 ice storm, which hit that area very, very hard. Travel shut down. And what a lot of people don't realize is, oh, look, it's neat, it's pretty. The power is out.
Yeah.
And they can't get the power back on. And it's equal to Category 2 hurricane damage as far as the tree damage that's going on in northern Mississippi. So they're not getting any more precipitation, but they're not getting any temperatures above freezing to get things improving.
And then, of course, you have to worry about those that are inside, that are the most vulnerable during this time where there's no electricity. It's freezing temperatures outside.
Yeah, it's cold inside, it's cold outside, and there's no way to cook, and a lot of people are not prepared. But down here, we're just seeing cold weather. We did not see any wintry precipitation, and it was cold this morning, and wind chills will be similar, maybe a little colder tomorrow. The wind won't be as strong, but our actual air temperatures will dip into the teens to near 20 degrees tonight. So the bottom line is we expect a hard freeze tonight, which is a real threat to the plumbing, the pipes. You got to let the faucets drip tonight. This is an important night. This is more important than last night with the faucets because the ground temperatures are starting to get a little colder, and this is a long duration hard freeze that will be happening overnight tonight. Should be below freezing by about 8 or 9 o'clock, and we are in storm tracker alert for our situation, the potential for that hard freeze and the dangerous wind chills for tonight and tomorrow, just to make you aware that it is going to be quite cold. And you probably felt it today. It's certainly been tough going, but it's also been tolerable if you have the right clothes. If you can layer up, get something, cover your head, and have a couple of layers, a sweater and a heavier coat, and also extra layers as far as pants and wool socks help a lot. You can be prepared for this, and it's not so bad, but it's just catching a lot of folks off guard. Here's a look at the temperature track, and we've got it by 7 o'clock at 31 degrees, still maintaining a light northerly breeze, so we're going to see some wind chills with that. And you can see where we're headed. By 2 a.m., we're down to 23. Our forecast lows for tomorrow morning, teens to the north. Monroeville at 17, Grove Hill at 17, 19 in Chatham, 18 in Atmore, 20 Molino and Mobile, 25 in Gulf Shores, and there's nothing on radar. So we even had a few snow flurries today. Still looks like a little bit going on up near Lookout Mountain in DeKalb County and up into Jackson County and up near the Cumberland Plateau. We had some reports of some light snow flurries, not in our area, but just to our north and west early this morning. The drier air is taking over, and it's just too dry, and it's quite cold. And this is not our only cold spell, Shelby. We've got another one which may affect Senior Bowl weekend. So we're going to check that out in your extended forecast coming up.
Yeah, we've got a long while before things warm up again. So here are some simple tasks that can be surprisingly effective for staying warm inside your home during this cold weather. To prevent cold drafts, roll up sheets or towels and place them along drafty doors or window sills to prevent that cold air from entering. Open your shades during the day and let sunlight naturally warm your home, but close them at night to insulate against the cold. Set your ceiling fans to rotate clockwise at a lower speed, and that will drive warm air downward on you, improving comfort because, as we know, heat rises. Place area rugs throughout your home to block cool air from seeping up into rooms. If you find a frozen pipe in your home that has not leaked, gently thaw it out using a hairdryer. These are just some simple DIY solutions that can keep your home comfortable during this extremely cold weather. Well, people in Fairhope felt the extreme cold as they visited the pier this morning. It's usually filled with dozens of people in the morning going for their walk or walking their dogs in the morning. But today, people decided to enjoy the sights from their car, except one family visiting from Minnesota. Last week, they experienced wind chills in the -50s. So today's 32-degree temps and 24-degree wind chill in Fairhope didn't even faze them.
Well, when we left home on Saturday, it was a -55 wind chill, so this is kind of warm for us.
It's so dry at home that you touch everything, you're getting a shock. You know,
Yes.
Down here, there's more moisture in the air, so it's definitely
Different cold, yeah.
All right, then. You can see how they were dressed, too. That would be what I would wear when it's, 50 outside. But the fountain at the pier was turned off because of the cold weather and the strong winds. Also happening in Baldwin County as our neighbors in Mississippi, as we talked about earlier, dig out from under snow and ice. Power crews are headed that way to help restore power. Riviera Utilities went to Oxford, Mississippi this morning. 16 crew members, including linemen and engineers, will stay for up to a week or more to assist. Customers around Oxford lost power Saturday afternoon, and Riviera was planning to leave Sunday but held off to see how the storm would impact our area. Helping out other services after storms is not new, but dealing with the aftermath of winter storms can be very different than what we see during tropical hurricane season, especially in the summer.
Here, I think you gotta worry with the factor of slipping, and with setting up bucket trucks and stuff like that, they could slip, or a lot more things are fragile over there as far as limbs being able to fall out of trees, and wearing a lot more gear. So pretty much the same thing as going on the storm as far as a hurricane or anything like that, but just a lot different weather.
Absolutely. And you can see pictures. These are posted on Oxford Utilities' Facebook page showing the kind of damage that crews from our area will encounter when they get there. Riviera Utilities is part of a network of energy cooperatives who provide mutual aid to partner agencies during times just like this. Baldwin EMC now sending 27 crew members to assist in Oxford, providing help to the Northeast Mississippi Electric Power Association. And from Oxford to NYC, much of the nation dealing with the fallout of this brutal winter storm. As of right now, at least 12 people have died and more than 800,000 across the country are without power. As the work to recover begins, many dangerous factors remain. Let's go to Michael Yoshida now with the latest.
The temperature is not likely to get above freezing. It's more likely that things are going to get worse before they get better.
The storm has passed, but in some areas the trouble is just beginning. Over 250 million people are under cold alerts for frigid temps that will linger for days, raising fears for those without shelter or power.
We want to make sure that everyone, first and foremost, across the state takes care and reaches out to their friends and their family and their neighbors in these challenging times.
In some parts, crews working to restore power must contend with a staggering amount of snow that fell during the storm. The top snowfall total so far is 31 inches in New Mexico, while 12 states recorded half an inch of ice.
We lived here almost 20 years, and this is the worst.
I can't remember one this bad.
In hard-hit Tennessee, neighbors are coming together to begin the recovery.
One neighbor comes out and starts looking at tree branches that needs to be taken off the road, and we all just come out. I think we probably had about 10 guys out here.
Travelers, meanwhile, remain stranded as widespread flight disruptions continued into Monday. Sunday was the worst day for flight cancellations since the pandemic.
Just wait in the you guys wait here in the airport because there's nowhere else to go. We can't get any Ubers, we can't find any hotels. This is the warmest place we've got, and this is the coldest I've ever been.
I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Well, throughout these Storm Tracker Alert days, we will be continuing to bring you the latest updates to keep you and your family safe. on air on our website, fox10tv.com, and the free Fox 10 weather app. If you haven't already downloaded it, there's a QR code right there on your screen. It is so simple to do. Just download it by holding up your camera phone to the screen wherever you're watching us from right now, and follow the link to download the app. Of course, it is so important, especially during severe weather, just to keep you updated on the very latest, and again, to keep you and your family safe.
We have dry road conditions across the Gulf Coast. Thankfully, no issues with icing here. We've had temperatures well above freezing today, and the roads are looking good. We've got a lot of green on the map right now. Everything looks fine across the I-10 Bayway and into Baldwin County and into Pensacola, and it looks good up I-65 in Mobile. We'll keep an eye on things as we get closer to the 5 o'clock rush hour, but unlike other parts of the country, our roadways are in great shape out there currently.
All right, Jason, thank you. Well, the dust has settled on the 2026 election qualifying period. The deadline was this past Friday at 5 p.m., and that means the field is set for Alabama's statewide, national, and local seats. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro joins us live in the Capitol studio with what both parties are hoping to accomplish. Jessica, you broke down the numbers. How many of these races are contested?
But when you look at Alabama statewide elections, when you look at the U.S. Senate race and the governor, lieutenant governor races like that, there is at least one Democrat and one Republican running. In fact, there's quite a few more than that for some of those biggest races. However, things start to get interesting when you start to look at the candidates who have declared for all of Alabama's state Senate and state representative seats. Now, both parties have posted their slate of candidates online. When you put them side by side, you'll find that just under half of the state Senate seats are politically competitive, which you can think of as having at least one Republican and one Democrat running, having a contested race in November. Most of these races either have just one person running or more candidates running, but they just represent one of the two major parties. When you go to the House of Representatives, that percentage is even smaller. Less than a third of Alabama's 105 House districts have a politically competitive race, just 33 out of 105. Republicans hold a supermajority in both of Alabama's chambers. Just breaking down those numbers and considering all of that, it looks like it is going to stay that way. We're not going to see a complete overhaul. However, Alabama Democrats do have opportunities across the state to potentially flip seats here and there.
I think we're going to see a bunch of aggressive races. I definitely do. And when I say aggressive, I don't mean necessarily negative, just I think people out there really making the case about why they are the best choice.
We're going to run with what we have, and we're going to try to win those races. And I think we're going to be very successful. We got some of the best candidates that I've seen, and we're honored to be able to support them.
Now, as far as these statewide races go, governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and secretary of state, all of those will have a new person holding that office just a year from now. And that's because all of those current office holders are term limited. So a lot of those family names will be on the ballot again. Think of the people that are already in office right now that you may recognize, like Wes Allen or Steve Marshall, Barry Moore for a U.S. House seat currently. But they're all running for different positions than the ones that they currently hold. So you may see some recognizable names, but not necessarily for the offices that you may know them for. Live in Montgomery, Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jessica, thank you. Well, Alabama's primary election will take place May 19th, and the general election is November 3rd. We've got some continuing coverage for you now following the fatal shooting.
Escalating protests in Minneapolis have prompted President Trump to send border czar Tom Homan to oversee ICE operations. This is frustration with DHS leadership mounts in the wake of the killings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, specifically the claim by some Trump administration officials that Preddy, a 37-year-old nurse at the VA, was attacking Border Patrol agents when he was shot, despite videos calling those claims into question.
This incident remains under investigation, and nobody here at the White House, including the President of the United States, wants to see Americans hurt or killed and losing their lives.
Thank goodness we had video from constitutional observers who were there so bravely. But I think many Republicans are realizing what we've always known in Minnesota. Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've picked the wrong city.
On Monday, President Trump spoke with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, the president on Truth Social, calling it a very good call, adding, quote, "We actually seem to be on a similar wavelength." and the Democrat governor calling it productive. His office releasing a statement reading in part, quote, the president also agreed to look into reducing the number of federal agents in Minnesota and working with the state in a more coordinated fashion on immigration enforcement regarding violent criminals.
The president spoke about this with Governor Walz and said he would have a discussion about it. He did not make a commitment.
A federal hearing today to block the immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota ended without a ruling, but the judge is expected to issue a written order on the case, though no timeline was given for when that's expected. In Minneapolis, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
And still ahead here on Fox News at 4, we continue covering this storm tracker alert day. Brutal cold gripping our area. We'll tell you where to find warmth and shelter if you need it tonight. That's when Fox News returns at 4. But first, a live look outside. This is Orange Beach. The skies are clear and the sunshine out there is really helping us. The wind is not. It is chilly. Do not be fooled by this picture. You can see nobody is walking that beach today. It is brutal out there. Of course, other areas are getting it a lot worse than us. We'll have more on this weather and a full forecast after the break.
With a clear forecast streaming directly to you. Stay connected, stay safe with Fox 10 Storm. All right, we've got a storm tracker alert for tonight and tomorrow morning with cold air coming back. Right now we're in the low 40s, but freezing temperatures will move in very quickly. That's your all-in credit union view. And here is the predicted wind chill for tomorrow morning. It's going to be very uncomfortable. The wind's only at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. But with air temperatures 20 and colder, it's going to be mainly in the teens with our wind chills predicted for tomorrow morning. We've got Mobile at 13, Bay Minette at 12, Molino at 13, Milton at 12, Pensacola at 14, 11 in Monroeville with these predicted wind chills, and a wind chill of 17 in Destin. You know you've got a cold air mass in place. That's usually one of the warm spots on the map. You definitely want to be prepared for the cold, and we've got some wind chills that we've been showing you. Definitely need to stay bundled up all through the rest of the day today and then again tomorrow. And we've got that hard freeze coming again tonight through early Tuesday morning. It is a night to drip the pipes for sure tonight. And we're just going to have to stay on guard and be vigilant this week because we're expecting to see more cold mornings this week. The mildest morning may be right at freezing on Friday morning, and it looks like round 2 comes in this weekend with more cold air in time for some of the Mardi Gras parades and for Senior Bowl. Looking at our futurecast, this is what we're seeing. This week looks really quiet. We will get some clouds around on Wednesday and Thursday. We don't see much in the way of precipitation, but there is one weak low pressure system that may move near us or over us out over the Gulf as we head into Friday. Right now it looks all liquid in our area according to the long range projections, and it looks like a very, very weak system. Our rain chance is only at about 30%. Behind that, more cold air comes in, but it does not look like anything wintry for us. We may see another snow event for the Carolinas, and here is the track of that cold air. It kind of retreats a little bit, and we're still chilly to cold, and then here comes the next piece of it on Friday, and you see this pink stuff right here? Look how it's pivoting down into northern Alabama and central Alabama. This second one actually could be colder than this one. I just want to see more model run consistency, but Saturday's highs may only be in the 30s. And that's going to be very cold for Senior Bowl on Saturday. Here are the forecast lows for some of the communities around the Gulf Coast tonight. We've got Tanner, Williams, Sims, and Mobile at 20, 21 in Grand Bay tonight, 20 in Stockton, 22 in Spanish Fort, 22 in Foley, 25 in Orange Beach. Our panhandle temperatures well below freezing all the way down to the water's edge. So this is going to affect the beach houses and areas close to the water that don't normally make it to freezing. We've got 25 in Fort Walton Beach, 19 in Crestview tonight. These are not wind chills. These are the actual temperatures, and the bottom's really going to fall out tonight to the north. Monroeville at 17. We've got Bruton at 19, Jackson and Grove Hill at 18, 19 in Fruitdale, and our Mississippi counties here right around 20 for George County and for Greene County. Our 7-day forecast, that storm tracker alert continuing till about 10 a.m. tomorrow, and then we should get back to just regular cold for the rest of the week with temperatures in the upper 20s for the overnight lows and daytime highs in the low 50s. We've got that low-end rain chance Friday that I showed you on the Futurecast, and then here comes the next round of cold air. It's possible it will be colder than this last one Saturday at 38 for Senior Bowl afternoon. This may be one of the colder Senior Bowls we've had, and down to 20 on Saturday night. 43 for a high on Sunday. So we're going to need extra blankets, extra layers, and we need them now. We're going to need them this weekend too, with what is likely going to go down as a very long stretch of cold weather in the extended forecast. Shelby.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. We haven't seen a stretch like this in a while. It's usually up and down, roller coaster type weather here on the Gulf Coast, but it is going to be cold for a while. And so that's why these shelters are so important right now. We want to talk about them in case you need a place to go. So here are some of them right now in Mobile County. The Waterfront and Rescue Mission on North Washington Avenue is open to anyone. McKinney Place is only for women, while the Salvation Army on Dolphin Street is for men only. Theodore Church of God is open to families, men, women, and pets. They're looking for donations of food and drinks. The Ronald K. Davis Safe House in Pritchard is open to men, families, and women with children. We're told all of these shelters will open nightly at 5 o'clock until temperatures warm up. Anyone in Mobile County needing assistance can call 211 or go to the Waterfront Rescue Mission for more information. Let's go to Baldwin County now, where St. Paul's Episcopal Church has opened a warming shelter on North Pine Street. That's in Foley. The shelter will remain open for approximately a week throughout this current cold weather snap. Hot meals are going to be served. Cots will be provided, but you will need to bring your own blankets, pillows, any medication you may take, and personal items. And in Escambia County, Florida, there are 2 warming shelters to tell you about. The Waterfront Rescue Mission on West Herman Avenue in Pensacola is for men and women only. My Father's Vineyard on Pensacola Boulevard is for men and women only, no children. It will accept guests beginning at 6 p.m. until 7:30 tonight. You must leave by 6:30 a.m. and the ECAT will provide free transportation for you. If you want a full list of all of these cold weather shelters that are operating in our area, you can find them on our website, fox10tv.com. Well, get ready, all of you baking fans. A beloved celebrity chef is joining a popular baking show from across the pond. It's a story worthy of a Paul handshake, and it's in your entertainment news next. And of course, what is Kanye West up to? We'll break that down as well in your entertainment headlines.
Lexus of Mobile is proud to sponsor the Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance, sponsored by Lexus of Mobile.
The Estate at Riverbend, your path to long-term drug and alcohol addiction.
Welcome back in. Celebrity chef Nigella Lawson will soon join the Great British Baking Show. Lawson will replace the departing Prue Leith as a judge. That's according to the channel that airs the TV baking competition in the United Kingdom. Lawson says in a statement she's bubbling with excitement to take on the role. Lawson has hosted numerous cooking shows such as Nigella Bites. She was on a judge on the ABC show The Taste. Lawson is well known and quite popular in the UK, where she is known to many simply as Nigella. Well, today in entertainment news, the latest honors handed out this Showbiz Award season and an update on a unique film competition. Here's David Daniel with your Hollywood Minute.
I need to find my daughter.
One battle after another keeps finding more awards. The Paul Thomas Anderson film was honored at this year's USC Libraries Scripter Awards, honoring the year's best adapted screenplays. The film is inspired by the Thomas Pynchon novel Vineland. The episodic series prize went to Death by Lightning, based on Candace Millard's nonfiction book about the assassination of President James Garfield.
I'm excited to announce for the first time ever, the genre this year is dramedy.
Nick Novicki hit Sundance to launch the 13th Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge. The annual event gives teams 5 days to write and produce short films promoting disability inclusion. This year's challenge is set for March 24th through the 29th. Prizes include cash, computers, and other equipment, screenings at Oscar-qualifying film festivals, and mentorship meetings with entertainment industry executives and talent. Registration is now open at disabilityfilmchallenge.com. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, next up, we are diving into those big stories headlining your news at 5, and then this.
You're going out into very chilly weather, which it could also be a very different climate than you're accustomed to, so a stressor to the body.
The bitter cold does more than just chill you to the bone. We'll explain how frigid temperatures can put a dangerous strain on your heart and what you need to know to stay safe. But first, Jason, it is really chilly out there.
It is, and it looks like another cold night tonight. Lows down around 20 with some teens in the inland spots. We'll get you prepared for more cold weather in the future coming up.
More than insurance says.
Call us now and find out.
Call 251-444-7000. Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
And let's get a preview of what we are working on right now for your most local news at 5. First, another suspect in the Pritchard Water Board case pleads guilty. What it means for an embezzlement case, prosecutors say cost one of the poorest utilities in the state nearly $2.5 million. Plus, it's called the traveling adoption trailer, how it's going above and beyond to keep people and their pets warm during this cold snap. And it's Senior Bowl Community Service Day. I'm going to show you how the players are making a difference in our area before the big game. I've got this story, and our crews are working on a whole lot more in less than 30 minutes from right now on Fox 10 News at 5.
All right, cold. We're getting you prepared for it for tonight out there right now. It's a very chilly afternoon, but it will be a cold night tonight. We're in the low 40s. Hey, we're above freezing right now, but we did not experience that this morning. We were below freezing this morning, no doubt about it. And we're tracking this here on our Fox 10 weather app. It's not just tonight. We've got more possible cold coming in next weekend. So we're concerned about the pipes tonight. Obviously, the pets need to be indoors. The plants are covered. Check on folks. Make sure everybody has what they need to stay warm tonight. And then we're going to continue to see really cold nights this week and into the weekend to come. So it's going to be an extended cold spell for our area. And this is what we're tracking, down around 20 for Mobile and Lucedale and Pascagoula, 23 in Fairhope and Pensacola, inland spots in the teens, Leakesville at 19, Monroeville at 17, Admore at 18. So we've got some cold weather settling in, and you'll feel it tomorrow morning with a little bit of wind chill added to it. And if you are curious about the weather anytime, you can always rely on our Fox 10 weather app to get your weather forecast, to check radar, and we have some videos too explaining what's happening with the forecast. Satellite radar picture is looking clear. We had a couple of clouds this morning, and it was interesting. I was talking with meteorologist Nicholas Herboso about that. Could we actually see some snow flurries in our area with the cloud cover that we had around this morning, but it didn't materialize. Most of that was to our north or west, and it looks like it will be a dry and clear night tonight. It's going to be a dry day tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine in Pensacola tomorrow. We're going to start out in the mid-20s. That's a super low number for starting the day. We will get up into the mid to upper 40s tomorrow afternoon with some sunshine. The sunshine does wonders, brightens things up, makes it feel a little warmer in the car, and definitely makes it look better out there. But the night's clear and cold, and tomorrow morning in Mobile, 24 with a wind out of the north at 6. That'll put our wind chill in the teens tomorrow morning first thing. It will be cold, but we'll warm up. We'll make it to 45 midday, 47 in the afternoon. Looking at our futurecast, we don't see anything really crazy coming our way. It'll be a starry night tonight. We may get a couple of upper clouds, and we'll see some of those swinging into the forecast area tomorrow. Looks like we will be rain-free on our Tuesday. And looking ahead, storm tracker alert for cold early tomorrow morning. We've got to protect the pipes tonight, and then the rest of the week, Temperatures for highs only in the upper 20s, and afternoon highs should be in the low 50s. Overnight lows will be in the upper 20s as we get into Wednesday morning and Thursday morning as we continue to battle at least moderate freezing conditions through the middle part of the work week. Shelby?
All right, Jason, thank you. Well, new vaccine guidelines now from the American Academy of Pediatrics significantly differ from controversial government recommendations. The AAP schedule out today contains just minor adjustments of last year's guidance. By contrast, the CDC is narrowing its recommendations for several diseases. It's also calling for a health provider consult for flu, COVID-19, and rotavirus vaccines. Many states and doctors are relying on the AAP guidelines in light of the government changes. The Academy's recommendations have endorsements from 12 major medical and healthcare organizations. Frigid temperatures can affect the body in many ways, but they can be especially hard on your heart. If you have underlying medical conditions like heart disease or high blood pressure, experts say to avoid exertion in this cold weather. And in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on the toll extreme weather does take on your heart.
Whether it's shoveling snow or de-icing your car, winter weather can be hard work, especially for your heart.
You're going out into very chilly weather, which it could also be a very different climate than you're accustomed to. So a stressor to the body, trying to do something that's incredibly physically challenging.
Dr. Tamana Singh with Cleveland Clinic says in the cold, our bodies are also working to maintain core temperature, straining the heart as blood vessels constrict. Blood pressure and heart rate both rise. For those who already have heart problems, it can be dangerous.
This is why we tend to see a number of heart attacks or cardiac consequences when people are shoveling snow or doing a lot of heavy effort, high intense work in cold weather or snowy conditions.
To protect your heart, Singh says not to underestimate the weather. If you go outside, dress in layers and wear sweat-wicking clothing. Cover areas that lose heat like ears and your head. Put on thick wool socks and gloves.
Put in some breaks if you're shoveling. Ask for some help. If there's a better time of day to do some of that shoveling, like under the heat of the sun, I would certainly advocate for that.
And be aware of red flag symptoms, including chest pain or discomfort, jaw pain or tightness, and general unease. Singh says if something feels off, get inside and call 911.
I definitely encourage all of my patients to be safe rather than sorry in these situations.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
When we return, we're going to highlight a child ready for their forever family. This week's Hope for a Home is next.
A beautiful day on the water with my family isn't just a good day, it's creating memories for a lifetime. Well, we're working hard to keep the house warm this week, and ourselves too, as we're going to have to layer up the clothes and checking things out here. Temperatures looking cold as we look at tomorrow morning with a morning low around 20. Some inland spots will be in the teens. We will stay in the 20s on Wednesday and Thursday mornings briefly, maybe a little better on Friday morning. And then Saturday, we have another shot of cold air coming into our region. Nothing on radar right now. It is bone dry, and that's good because if we did see any precipitation in the region, it might be frozen, but we're not seeing anything like that here. All that is over with in our part of the world. Up into northeast Alabama, we've seen a few flurries today. A few other spots have had flurries, but we are seeing clear conditions, and our high-res futurecast indicates that that should be the case again tonight. We'll see a little bit of a breeze, and tomorrow we could actually see a few clouds gliding by, but we're not seeing much in the way of anything significant, and same thing for Wednesday. European model keeps it pretty clear again tomorrow too, shows quiet conditions. This week we may get a little cloud cover through on Wednesday. We do expect a low pressure area to develop, and it should be very, very weak in the Gulf on Thursday. That will move across the Gulf, and that could give us some showers. Right now we're thinking just liquid rain during the middle of the day on Friday, maybe a little wintry mix just north of us, and that'll skip right past us. The next cold air mass blast in here. Could be some snow for Georgia and South Carolina showing up for Saturday, but our big story will be another round of cold air, and we've got a lot going on in the future here with our forecast. Obviously, storm tracker alert for the morning with those lows in the teens to near 20 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday will be in the 50s. And then Friday, there's that isolated rain chance. We've got a Mardi Gras parade, the Condies, on Friday night, and temperatures will be dropping to 25 Friday night, so that will be very cold. It could be very tough going, too, for Senior Bowl. Right now, Senior Bowl, it looks like temperatures could be in the 30s for the game. We've got some Mardi Gras parade Saturday night, too, and it looks like the cold have a big impact on all outdoor activities as we head into the weekend.
We are continuing our special series today, Hope for a Home. Fox 10 is partnering with Heart Gallery Alabama to find families for some very special children. Heart Gallery Alabama is a nonprofit organization dedicated to finding forever families for children in Alabama's foster care system. Today, we want you to meet Raven.
I'm pretty. I'm cute.
That's how 10-year-old Raven describes herself. The fourth grader enjoys school, especially math.
Pluses, equal signs, and X's.
When she's not in the classroom, Raven loves to be outside.
We got a trampoline out there. We got a pool out there.
And inside or out, Raven's a big fan of dancing.
I like to dance and sing, dance, with my hands.
And gymnastics.
It's hard to me, but I know how to do it.
Watermelon is her favorite food. She likes all the colors, and given the opportunity to travel, she would love a trip to
the beach.
Raven is only in the fourth grade, but she already knows what she wants to do when she grows up.
Like, those pets you can help. The vet.
A goal she would love to share with a forever family. And in the meantime, she looks forward to forming new relationships.
I want to be my friend, and I want to have a dog and a cat.
If you want to learn more about Heart Gallery Alabama's program or how to adopt a child from the foster care system, we have a link for you on our website, fox10tv.com, giving you a chance to complete your family and make dreams come true for a special child. You can watch this story and any of the other Hope for a Home stories we've done on our Fox 10 News Gulfstream TV app.
All right, check Sarah out with a special visitor we had today at the Fox 10 studios. This is Tasha. She's a longtime viewer of Fox 10, and today is her birthday. Tasha and her mom, Tammy, came by to visit with Good Day Gulf Coast anchor Sarah Wall and the rest of the team, of course. Tasha even made a cameo appearance on our Facebook page. Check her out there. Of course, we want to wish Tasha a very, very happy birthday. Thanks for watching and thanks for coming out. Hope your day is super special.
All right, looking at the roads right now, we do have dry road conditions, and we are so fortunate to have that down here. The Gulf Coast is clear, and we have great travel conditions going on right now on Interstate 10 from the Mississippi-Alabama line across and into Baldwin County all the way into Pensacola. No delays. Looks good at the Wallace Tunnel, and I-65 northbound looks just fine. Maybe a little slow westbound, but other than that, no major issues. Maybe a little cold. People are just staying inside as we head into this chilly evening. We do expect some very cold weather tonight. We'll have more on that coming up on Fox 10 News at 5. Shelby?
All right, Jason, thanks for keeping us posted. A new partnership gives a whole new meaning to stepping on Legos. The Lego Group and Crocs announced an unlikely partnership last week in the form of Lego-themed footwear. Yeah, check these out. The Lego brick clogs, which debuted at Paris Fashion Week, just the first item of the company's multi-year partnership, according to Lego. While Crocs say the shoes are not intended for everyday use, it hopes the clogs create a unique experience for loyal Lego and Crocs fans. Each pair comes with that little mini figure with 4 matching pairs of Lego-sized brick clogs. The clogs are set to debut on February 16th at a whopping $149. I know there's going to be some people that are going to buy these and wear them. I know it. I mean, remember those big old red boots that were outrageous? Yeah, we're going to see some people in these. All right, a popular breakfast chain is making sure you secure your spot for Valentine's Day this year. Waffle House says 218 of its locations are accepting reservations on February 14th. It's the only day people can call in advance to book a table. Customers can make a reservation on the Waffle House website or just call the nearest location to you. In addition to accepting reservations, the chain will also serve Valentine's Day themed menu items. When looking online, it looks like a location in Daphne and another in Irvington are some of the closest locations that you can call and make a reservation for your special someone. Slow down and move over. It's the law of the land when it comes to seeing responders on the side of the road. But a recent too close for comfort crash caught on camera is serving as a great reminder that the law is more important than ever. Jeremy Roth explains it in today's Take a Look at This.
Take a look at a terrifying near miss caught on camera in Florida. The video was shared by the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles and shows a Florida Highway Patrol trooper and a Volusia County deputy helping a disabled vehicle when they say they heard an approaching car hit the roadside rumble strips, prompting them to jump clear just as the vehicle missed them by inches, slamming into the disabled car. The Post said emergency lights were flashing and both officers had reflective vests on, but despite being, quote, lit up like a Christmas tree, the driver still came right at them. No one was seriously injured in the incident, and officials are now using it to reiterate what most drivers should already know. If you see flashing lights, move over. Hopefully everybody is staying safe amidst some of the worst weather of the season, and while the freezing temps and prodigious precipitation ain't exactly a sight for sore eyes, it is producing some pretty memorable sights, like this surreal shot captured by a photographer in Tennessee showing a tree split nearly perfectly down the middle, likely by a weighty wintry mix courtesy of the ice storm. You know what they say, it's all fun and games until somebody loses a limb. Speaking of fun and games, while most of us were hunkered down, thick-skinned Iowans were out in droves in the driven snow, proving they ain't scared of a little cold at the 46th Annual University of Okoboji Winter Games. KTIV reports thousands took part in the local tradition, which sports a 5K, a fundraiser, food, games, kite flying, and more. Organizers say it's about getting people out of their homes to combat the near-negative temperatures with positive attitudes.
It's our model for the weather. Bring it on.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
They do not say that in the South. While many are staying warm inside, one kid braving the elements to bring you the latest weather forecast from her trampoline. Leah, meet the adorable daddy-daughter weather watchers when Fox 10 News at 4 returns.
Ask your doctor how you can stop migraine attacks and stay in rhythm with Ubrelvy.
So, of course, our meteorologists and meteorologists around the country have been working around the clock to keep you informed and safe. And now on a lighter note, we want to introduce you to a Met in training in Texas. Olivia Herzberg shares the story of a daddy-daughter duo doing their part to keep others informed.
Reporting live, this is Hazel and Kristen. I decided to battle my trampoline. It seems like it's ice and it's cracking!
While most of Central Texas is staying inside and keeping warm during this winter storm, 7-year-old Hazel Ann Talbert is doing something quite different. She's out in the elements like us, reporting live on weather conditions from her backyard in Clifton, bundled up and ready to go.
She is eager to get outside, bundle up, and tell the world how it is. So I'm bundled up with her, and she always outlasts me, reporting the weather as the daddy-daughter weather watchers, as we've started calling ourselves.
And they've had some furry help along the way.
Thank you, Teddy. Thank you, Teddy, for that live sports update. Now we go to Hazel Ann with our weather update.
When Hazel Ann isn't out reporting, she and her family are doing a winter movie marathon and sipping hot chocolate. Her dad, Taylor, says Hazel Ann has always been an explorer at heart.
He learned the word meteorologist today, but I won't speak for you, Hazel. Correct me if I'm wrong. She loved science in any shape or form and loves the outdoors. And so combining outdoors and science is the key. And I said, you know what? I think I know about a career for you,
Even as an aspiring young meteorologist, Hazel Ann still has some questions about how weather works for the experts.
I know snow is snow, but what is that made? Like, how does it be? I don't know. How does it just be snow.
Just one way the Talberts are staying active and warm as Central Texas faces the winter storm.
We'll keep you live and updated from the Daddy-Daughter Weather Team.
Reporting, I'm Olivia Hersberg, KWTX News 10.
Call 866-496-4449 today. Hurry, this offer ends soon.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
You know, with ice, it adds a little safety factor there just from, just the conditions. But, like I said, the restoration effort is pretty much the same as any other storm.
Now at 5, a weekend storm leaves many in the southeast without power. How local emergency crews are responding. And more fallout from recent Pritchard water case pleas. How neighbors are responding.
The federal government doesn't have any right to try to flood us, threaten us with retribution, and to coerce the state of Minnesota into complying with Trump policy.
And a third deadly ICE shooting in Minnesota has the Trump administration taking new action.